Okay, so now I am just going to go through a few different words and phrases that just don't translate well into Turkish, or that most Turkish speakers just say wrong. And the first one is fun and funny. So fun means a nice time, enjoyable. Funny is ha ha ha, comic. So if you say that something was very funny, it means that you laughed a lot. So you're ha ha ha, maybe tears in your eyes because it's so funny. So that party was so funny means you laughed the whole time. What you probably want to say is that party was so fun. So that is one big mistake that I see all the time. People will often ask me, did you have a funny time on your trip? And originally I thought it was odd, but now I understand that what most Turks are actually asking me is if I had a fun time. So remember, fun is enjoyable, it's a nice time, and funny is ha ha ha. The next one is nervous. Now this one, it's just so crazy to me that it is really misunderstood across the board in Turkey. And so I think you probably think of it as sinirli. So nervous is maybe angry or upset about something, maybe agitated, if you know that word. So nervous really means heyecanlı. So you know that feeling where your hands start sweating and your stomach kind of feels weird or strange. In English, we would say we have butterflies in our stomach. And maybe you have a presentation to do, or you're going on an important trip, or you have an important conversation to have, and you feel nervous. You feel a little bit afraid and a little bit excited, and that is what nervous is. A few direct translation problems that happen. We will hear people say, I will inform you. In English, we would say, I will let you know. In Turkish, you will say, maybe you're having a conversation and you need to go talk to this person over here. And so you tell me, I will turn back to you. So that is a direct translation from Turkish. What we would say is, I'll get back with you. Another one I hear a lot is, I said to him, or I said to him. And just remember that in English, we don't use say if there's a recipient. And so I said, we'll talk later, but I told him, we'll talk later. So you use say if there's no recipient within the sentence, but if there is a recipient within the sentence, so someone who is being told, you have to use the verb tell. So for example, I said I would be late. I told her I would be late. Because I told someone specific within the sentence, I'm using tell. So you never, ever, ever, I said to him. In some high academic language, maybe you could use that. We would never use it in daily life, even in formal daily life. So I said, blah, 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 whatever you said, or I told him, blah, blah, blah. Another one that really shocked me when I first heard it is people would say, is it true? Or it is true. And for us, the opposite of truth isn't incorrect or wrong. The opposite of truth is a lie. And so when people would ask me if something was true, I felt like they were challenging if what I was saying was actually truthful, if they thought maybe I was trying to hide something. And so instead of saying, is it true or it is true, you can say, is that correct? Or is that right? Or yes, that's correct, that's right. Is it true? The word true has a much stronger meaning to us, and most of the time, the opposite of true is something dishonest. And so maybe try not to use that unless you're actually having to challenge someone's truthfulness. I often hear people say, thanks a lot. And if you are saying that in Turkish, it makes a lot of sense. In American English, I honestly don't think I have ever heard someone say, thanks a lot, unless they were being sarcastic. So if you don't know what sarcasm is, it's kind of if you're saying one thing and you're meaning another and you're kind of joking, but you're kind of not, that is sarcasm. And that's the only time in American English that we will use thanks a lot. So say we're at a restaurant and my kid drops his drink in my lap. I might say, thanks a lot. Do I really mean thanks a lot? No, not at all. I mean the opposite of that, and that's when we use it. And so it makes perfect sense in Turkish, and everyone, when you say it, is going to understand that you really do mean it genuinely. But if you want to speak more like a native, you could say, thanks so much, thank you very much, or thanks, but for some reason, thanks a lot is really just something that we say for sarcasm. So the last one that I'm going to share today is fazla, which it translates to two, but for us, that version of two, it's always negative. It's almost always negative. So if I ate too much food, it means that I really ate too much food and now I don't feel well. Or if I got home too late, it's negative. I should not have gotten home late. It doesn't mean very late. It's always a negative thing if we do something too. Now, occasionally in a playful way, we might say, oh, I had too much fun at that party. Or, oh, this food was too good. But generally speaking, when we use too, T-O-O, we are saying something negative. I stayed up too late. Oh, I worked too hard this week. I was traveling too much this week, and it's all negative. And so if you don't mean to use too in a negative way, maybe you can say very or a lot and put those words in there instead. So I traveled a lot this week rather than I traveled too much this week. So I ate so much is good. I ate too much is negative.